From Kelowna in Canada, the latest from podnews.net with Spots Now. Podcast producer Goalhanger has become the fastest growing company in the UK, according to the Sunday Times 100 ranking. Employing 80 people, the company made $50.8 million in sales in 2025, a 321% average annual growth in the last 3 years. The company makes the popular The Rest Is series. We also got confirmation today that The Rest Is Football will be available globally on Netflix during the World Cup. Most podcasts on Netflix are just US only. The Alliance for Measurement in Podcasting has announced its cross-platform alternative to the podcast download. The group has defined a play for podcasts as part of 4 exposure definitions. We're promised more information in mid-July. The definition differs from the widely supported IAB podcast measurement guidelines and from definitions from Apple Podcasts and YouTube, who aren't part of this group. Pave Studios is to work with A&E to turn 6 of its unscripted TV shows into podcasts. Shows include history shows, History's Greatest Mysteries and Modern Marvels, and crime show The First 48. They'll roll out later this year. Podscribe released its May 2026 industry rankings. iHeartMedia increased its audio reach by 31% month on month. Shopify remained the number 1 podcast advertiser. The UK Wine Show is celebrating 20 years of podcasting this month. The independent show has published more than 850 episodes. A podcaster didn't like any of the existing audio editors, so he's built his own. And while his audio editor isn't available for us to use, some of the ideas we're linked to today may be useful for people to think about. The UK's Competition and Markets Authority has ruled that Google must allow publishers to opt out of their content being used to power AI features in Google Search. However, the company has 9 months to implement the changes. Comedy podcast This Is Important has renewed its deal with iHeart Podcasts. NPR has announced that Embedded will contain We Keep Us Safe, a new series investigating the unsolved homicide of Antonio Mays Jr. Pushkin Industries, Audible, Higher Ground, and the History Channel launched a new podcast with President Barack Obama and Malcolm Gladwell, focusing on the history, complexities, and enduring legacy of America's Reconstruction era. And congratulations to John Wardock for winning 2 Communicator Awards. And in podcast news, Circle Round is to launch a new season, Circle Round Summer Camp, next week. Hosted by Erica Henningsen, Circle Round Summer Camp episodes are all nature-focused folk tales designed for families spending time outside this summer. Back Your Body is new today from UK health brand Holland & Barrett and produced by Audio Always. The show's hosted by comedian and broadcaster Ellie Taylor. And Podcast Network Insights has hit 1,000 downloads this week. Greg Wasserman sits down with Mark LaCour from OGGN, breaking down how the oil and gas global podcast network operates. It's a unique model, owning all their shows, having sponsors lined up before the show launches, and paying their hosts. And this podcast is sponsored by Spots Now. Spots Now is the AI operating system for podcast advertising. RFPs, vetting and outreach. Now you can handle them all with custom agents, enabling your sellers to close 30% more. You can book a free demo at spotsnow.io/OS or use the link in the show notes. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.